To my channel. Today in this video I'll be teaching you how to start a business with a small budget. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and click the bell for notification when I upload. Let's get into it.
All right, let's dive in. This journey of starting a business is something I never imagined I'd be sharing, but here I am, figuring it out in real time and bringing you along for the ride. If you've been watching my previous videos, you already know I'm not an expert, I'm not some overnight success story, and I definitely don't have it all figured out. But what I do have is the willingness to learn, take action, and share everything I discover along the way. So, if you're here because you're thinking about starting your own business, maybe as a side hustle, maybe to eventually leave your job, or maybe just to see what's possible, then I want to tell you, you're in the right place. And today, we're going deep. I mean, really deep. We're talking about everything I've learned so far, the mistakes I've made, the wins I've had, and the mindset shifts that have completely changed the way I approach this whole process. Let's start with the biggest myth about starting a business, the idea that you need to have it all figured out before you start. I used to believe that. I thought I needed the perfect plan, the perfect niche, the perfect strategy. And you know what happened? I spent way too much time planning and not enough time actually doing. The truth is, business is a learning process. It's messy, it's uncomfortable, it's filled with trial and error. And that's normal. The only way to actually learn how to be an entrepreneur is to become one, not by thinking about it, not by researching it forever, but by taking action, making mistakes, and adjusting as you go. And let me tell you, the fear of making mistakes, that held me back for so long. I used to worry about what people would think. I thought, what if I look dumb? What if I fail? What if I put myself out there and nothing happens? But here's something that hit me hard. But nobody is paying as much attention to your failures as you are. Most people are too busy with their own lives to care whether your business succeeds or flops. And even if they do notice, who cares? They're not the ones living your life. Once I realized that, I stopped waiting for permission. I stopped hesitating, and I just started. So what did that look like for me? Well, at first, it was just small steps. Watching YouTube videos, reading books, listening to podcasts. But like I said earlier, learning alone isn't enough. I had to start doing. So I picked something, real estate and digital marketing. Two things that excited me, two things that I saw as opportunities, and two things that I knew I could grow. Let me tell you, once I made that decision, things started to change. Not because I suddenly knew everything, but because I started putting myself in the game. I started having conversations with people who were already doing what I wanted to do. I started sharing my journey online, even though I felt awkward at first. I started trying different marketing strategies, testing what worked and what didn't. And let's talk about that, because testing and experimenting, that's everything. You're not going to get it right on the first try. Nobody does. The best entrepreneurs in the world failed a lot before they succeeded. But what makes them different is that they didn't stop. They took every mistake as a lesson and kept improving. For example, when I first started creating content to promote my business, I thought, okay, I just need to post consistently and people will come. Spoiler alert, that didn't happen. I was posting, but I wasn't being strategic. I wasn't talking to the right audience. I wasn't making it easy for people to understand what I was offering. So what did I do? I adjusted. I studied other people who were successful in my field. I changed my messaging, and little by little, I started seeing progress. That's another huge lesson. Business is just a series of adjustments. You try something, you see what works, you tweak it, and you try again. That's the process, and it never really stops. Even the biggest entrepreneurs are still adjusting, still learning, still refining. But let's shift gears for a second and talk about something that doesn't get discussed enough: mindset. Because let's be real, starting a business is hard. It's exciting, but it's also frustrating. Some days you'll feel unstoppable. Other days you'll wonder if you're wasting your time. That's normal. And what I've learned is that your mindset is what keeps you going. For me, one of the biggest mindset shifts was realizing that success isn't about talent. It's about persistence. The people who make it aren't necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They're just the ones who refuse to quit. They keep going, even when it's tough. They find solutions instead of excuses. And one way I keep my mindset strong, I surround myself with the right people. I make sure I'm constantly learning from people who are where I want to be. I listen to motivational podcasts. I follow successful entrepreneurs on social media. I read books that push me to think bigger. Because the truth is, if you're surrounded by negativity, whether it's friends, family, or even just your own self-doubt, it's going to be really hard to stay motivated. Now, let's get practical for a second. If you're watching this and you're still at the starting line, wondering what to do next, here's my advice. Pick something. Start small and take one step today. Don't overthink it. Don't wait until you have a perfect plan. Just do something that moves you forward. That could mean setting up a social media page for your business. It could mean reaching out to someone in your industry for advice. It could mean writing down your first small goal. Whatever it is, just start. And here's something that really helped me: documenting the journey. Even if you're not an expert yet, you can still share what you're learning. You can still bring people along for the ride. And sometimes that's even more powerful than waiting until you're successful to share your story. That's exactly what I'm doing here. I don't have all the answers. I don't have it all figured out, but I'm showing up, sharing my experiences, and learning as I go. And if I can do this, so can you. So if this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. All right, let's dive in. This journey of
Hey friends, I'm glad you made it to the end of the video. And if you have any tips that may help others, please leave it down in the comment below. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and click the bell for notifications when I upload. I'll check you in my next video. Bye.